Welcome to day 10 of the 2016 Horror-a-Thon, brought to you by Nightmare Effects. We are on episode 2 of our 3-day series for James Wan movies. This one will be Insidious, and this is the one that legitimately made a name for James Wan. Now, before this, James Wan was already successful, arguably. I mean, with Saw being like his first legitimate feature film, and then Dead Silence. But then Insidious happened, and this is what was like, okay, this guy's real. Yeah. He understands horror. And then from there, he took over the generation of horror, and now he does whatever the hell he wants. That's what happened with Insidious. I think what really caught people off guard with this movie is that it's PG-13.
Yes.
It's PG-13, and this movie, like, it doesn't have any gore, nothing, but it scared the hell out of people. And now, I remember the first time I watched it, and there were a couple times that I jumped. I think I find it hard to watch now because of Darth Maul.
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't even know what the character's name is. Yeah. But he's got the red and black face, and we reference him as Darth Maul.
It's what everyone references. Yeah. Like, I don't really understand. I think a design there could have been way better. So that's where I think it's a little weird.
Yeah, but he's still creepy.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
And when he's in shadow, it's great. When you see him pointing at the boy in the bed, like stuff like that, it's great. There are some random scares in this movie, which James Wan always does, that just really don't make any sense. For example, when one of the ghost investigators is going through and using the photo to change the colors, and the two twin girls pop up. I don't know why. So I think that was a reference to The Shining.
Yeah.
On purpose. But it really doesn't make sense. And then when they go to the further, which was cool, and that is another reason why this movie stands out, because it was able to create a whole different world within itself. And, he's able to play with that and make anything he really wants, which is why in the further it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we see people frozen with these huge creepy smiles on their face, people with sheets over them, and just a really creepy version of the world they live in. So that's why I think the further is so great. And honestly, for some reason, it makes sense that you can get stuck in the further.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it works well. Lee Winnell, once again, nails on the head of the screenwriting. I think one of the most special things about this movie is Elise, played by Lynn Shay. Lynn Shay, sister to Bob Shay of New Line, R.I.P. New Line. But it's cool that Lynn Shay was brought into this one. And another thing that's weird is that Lee Winnell plays his own role in this. I don't know why Lee Winnell does that all the time. He's kind of, I don't know if it's James Wan's decision. I doubt it. But Lee Winnell kind of throws himself into his script because he was in Saw. He's the lead in Saw, and now he takes a pretty important role in this one. So, but he's not bad. And what do you think of the ghost investigators? Because there's a big comedy relief in there. Well, what do you think of the comedy relief in the side of the film?
Yeah, I think it was okay. I didn't think it was anything really needed.
Yeah. I think Lee Winnell kind of gets a kick out of comedy relief.
Yeah.
And in a lot of horror movies, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
This one, it happened so quickly.
Yeah.
That the tone change is kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because we're getting this. Because when it happens, we're getting a huge build of suspense, and it's building up, and then, I remember one of the biggest jokes in the movie is that this guy pulls out a giant flashlight. Okay, and that whole scene right there is huge suspense, and then flashlight comedic relief. And then we go back to suspense again.
Yeah.
That could be really cool because the comedy works better because you're caught off guard. But when you return to the suspense, it can get lost.
Yeah, I mean, I laughed a little bit. I chuckled.
Yeah, and then
and then it was like, okay.
Yeah, then you go back to normal, and then it just seems weird.
Yeah. Too fast.
Yeah. But all around, I would say the movie's very effective. It has one of the most random jump scares ever, the Darth Maul jump scare.
I knew it was coming, but I didn't know exactly when, and it still got me.
It doesn't make any. It's another one that doesn't make any sense in how he like transfers to the real world because like they're just talking, and it cuts back to Patrick Wilson and Darth Maul's behind him. Like, oh yeah, what the? As for the end of the movie, when we see Lin Shaye killed, does that ending work for you?
I didn't get it. I did not understand it, even though like it explained itself a little bit.
Right.
I didn't understand why it was really needed. Really.
Yeah, it was one of those. It's basically the New Line cliche to bring on a random jump scare cliffhanger ending so that we can make a sequel. Yeah. That's pretty much what I got out of it, and I'm almost positive that New Line had to throw that onto them because I can't see, as great as Leigh Whannell is and as great as James Wan is, I can't see them wanting to do that.
Yeah.
I really don't understand why they'd want to do a jump scare like that. And it happens in all three of the movies. We get the same cheesy jump scare to end the movie. Mm-hmm. And Leigh Whannell's better than that, you know? The reason that I think this one's the best out of the three, because it does push plot a little bit forward. Like, okay, this old woman came out with Patrick Wilson, so then it pushes that plot further. But killing Elise kind of sucks. I think Elise is the best character in the movie, which they figured out real quick, and that's why they brought her back in the other two, in a little bit of a weird way. But we're going to move on to our ratings now. But before we do, we're going to take a moment to thank our sponsors, so make sure you stay tuned.
Nightmare Effects is an independent mask company providing you with quality craftsmanship at gruesomely affordable prices. They offer both replica masks and busts of one of the most iconic killers in cinematic history, while also offering custom orders and repaints. Like their page on Facebook and get your own today.
We're going to go ahead and move on to our ratings for Insidious. Nick, 5 jack-o'-lanterns. What are we thinking?
I'm giving Insidious 4 out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns.
4 out of 5. I'm also giving 4 out of 5 jack-o'-lanterns. Insidious was a huge surprise for me. I actually avoided it for a while until a friend forced me to sit down and watch it. And yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. And James Wan, you're killing it, buddy.
Yeah.
You're killing it, buddy. There are a few flaws in there that I think are just him growing as a filmmaker.
I agree.
But really, man, in this generation, we haven't seen better. It's Insidious' top of the last 20 years of horror films. So as for that, it definitely deserves the 8 out of 10 we're giving it. And if you haven't seen it, you need to see it, especially if you're a fan of horror. It's definitely one you have to check out. James Wan killing it again. But that'll be it from us. And before we let you go, we got to thank our sponsor just one more time, Nightmare Effects. All 3 of these under masks were made by Michael Hopkins over at Nightmare Effects. And, man, these things are amazing. I have every single one of their masks. Amazing quality craftsmanship at extremely great prices. Only $150 for the full mask and only $90 for hoods. So all you Friday 13th fans out there, it's definitely something you want to check out. Get your own collection going. So yeah, go over there, drop a like on their Facebook page, and make sure you tell them that we sent you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. And make sure you come back tomorrow for the last James Wan movie in the series. It's probably one you're going to really enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.